Hello everyone, it's Leah from Dime Culture, and in today's video I will be painting a landscape but discussing things like anxiety and worrying about something and second guessing. But before I get into the discussion of the day, I want to say thank you so much to my Instagram followers for voting for me to paint this landscape. I put it up on my stories between this one and another one, and the sandscape won by like 80 something percent. So thank you so much for that. Also, the supplies I'm going to be using today are going to be primarily my Liquitex Gouache paint, as well as this acrylic paint I picked up from the local art supply store. It's by Amsterdam. Now, originally I wasn't going to buy it, but they didn't have that color in the brand I do like, and this one was on sale. Now, also for the painting, I am doing something different. I decided at the time of painting that I would use different brushes, not my usual round brush for painting. Also, I am using a flat palette for mixing my colors. So because I am mixing everything out on a flat palette, that means my paint gets spread out. And because it's acrylic, it does dry faster. So that's why I have a spritzer, just to keep the paint, moist and stuff. And one last thing, yes, my hands are moving in this video, and they do not match what I am saying right now, because I'm sure, as you've noticed, I'm talking in a voiceover right now. And so the reason is I was talking to the camera at the time of recording, saying every step I was taking, while I was taking it, and why I took it. And then I started talking about how I felt, and then I started rambling and just talking in general. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that would have probably made for a good video, but here's the thing. Painting this took a couple of hours, plus my sweet, sweet fur baby was informing me nonstop that there were construction workers outside and that he was not happy they kept coming close to the door. So for a large portion of the voiceover, the active voiceover, you can just hear him barking, and that just wouldn't have been fair for you guys. Now, I've been slowly getting into landscapes over the last couple of months. Every once in a while, I would paint a mountain, a desert mountain type scenery. But recently, I had spent some time with one of my cousins, and he was saying that he thinks it would be really cool if I tried doing other types of landscapes in my style of art. Because he he said how he would see some of the things I was making and show it to someone and be like, wouldn't this be so cool if she did this style and these colors in a landscape? I mean, wouldn't that be so cool? And at the time of our conversation, I was like, yeah, one day I'll do more landscapes, and I'll do different types of landscapes. But the thing is, the very next day I went home and I thought about it. Why am I saying one day? Why am I putting it off? I'm trying not to put things off anymore. And that's why I decided to paint it. Now, here's the thing. I am not painting it in my typical style. So if you do follow me on Instagram, or you have been a follower of Dime Culture here on YouTube, you may be aware and that my palette is typically, pinks, blues, purples, bright, vibrant colors. And this painting is more natural, and I chose to use more natural-ish colors to represent the areas and everything. I did this because for a while now, artistically speaking, I've been feeling this need to expand and try new things. And I kept constantly finding myself drawn to muted colors, more natural, earthy tones. But as an artist, and because I share my art online, I felt like I couldn't. You watch and you look at other artists and they have a consistent palette and their feeds are beautiful, and you think, wow, this person's really got their stuff together. They know what they're doing. It just flows and blends, and they have a style that's their style. If I saw this palette anywhere else, I would know it's them. So I felt like I couldn't try something else. I shouldn't be trying anything else. I should only be painting in my colors. But I decided to actually try something. And I made illustrations, and I'm working on a project for myself where I'm creating patterns out of flowers that are more muted toned. I'm doing this for my own personal growth, for my own creative growth, for my own expression, because sometimes you just gotta try something new to find out who you are. And that is why I am painting this way. However, going this route, stretching so far out of my comfort zone for painting, I ended up panicking. I ended up having problems while painting and struggling. And I've even struggled with editing this video and talking and recording this voiceover. Like, this feels like it's my 50th time doing the voiceover. For so many reasons, I am having a hard time sharing this story. And the problem is that I don't want to have a hard time sharing it. Dime culture is about helping and sharing and being open and honest. But I have always had a hard time with letting others in and being open and sharing my struggles. So, yeah. This is actually a voiceover I am currently recording after already exporting the finally edited video and uploading it to YouTube, and then me sitting here staring at it going, I can't hit publish, so I'm going to try to say it again. I'm going to try to express myself even better. I'm going to try to explain what this conversation is really about for anxiety and how that plays a role in not just, everyday life, but also when it comes to expressing those emotions through art. I don't want to sound like this conversation is chaotic or I bounce around from topic to topic to topic and then back to one of the topics. But if it's how that turns out, I am sorry. But let's just get into it, guys. So when I say the word, I suffer from anxiety, like if I say this sentence, I suffer from anxiety, the word anxiety for most people means panic attacks and severe issues with something, right? So they picture somebody having a panic attack, and let me tell you, when panic attacks happen, those are so much fun, right? I mean, but anxiety is more than just that. Anxiety is so many things for so many people. It is something different for each of us. And I want to discuss what some of the symptoms are of anxiety and how we may not even know we are suffering a moment of anxiety, that we are having the anxiety affect us, because that's what happened to me while painting this landscape. I didn't realize I was having an anxiety issue at the time until, I had a light bulb moment, and then another light bulb moment. And then I was like, OMG, this is anxiety. Okay, so according to the Mayo Clinic, which is a reliable source for medical information, but disclaimer, 100% do not Google symptoms. I mean, that is a rabbit hole you don't want to go down to, because you might have the basic common flu, but the internet's telling you you're dying. So please don't actually Google symptoms. But I want to read off to you what they say are common symptoms for anxiety disorders. And that is feeling nervous, restless or tense, having a sense of impending danger, panic or doom, having an increased heart rate, breathing rapidly, so hyperventilating, sweating, trembling, feeling weak or tired, even having trouble concentrating or thinking about anything other than a present worry or even a past worry. When we have anxiety, sometimes you're worrying about something that happened forever ago, or maybe it's something that you're worrying about that will never happen ever, but you're still worrying about something. It is stuck in your mind in that moment. Anxiety is also having trouble sleeping. Like if you can't sleep and your mind is constantly thinking and thinking and thinking, that is a sign and a symptom of anxiety. You can even have stomach problems with anxiety, or and a major thing is having a difficulty controlling your worry. So you can't control your mind from stopping and worrying. Like you can't say stop, you're worrying. You just can't stop your mind from it. And also the urge to avoid things that trigger your anxiety is a sign of anxiety, which I find to just be a no duh type of symptom. Like everybody's an avoider. Like there is only like a certain percent of people that do not avoid things in their life. And I would like to say pretty much everybody avoids things, but there are people that aren't there that don't. But those of us with anxiety are most likely avoiders. Now, what on earth could I have been having an issue with? Why was my anxiety starting to peak while painting? Because art and what dime culture is about, especially what I believe in, is that art can help us heal. Painting can actually calm us down and bring that anxiety level to a more manageable state, or even push it and get rid of it. I don't want to say like push it to the side so it comes back up again, but sometimes when you're in the middle of a height of anxiety, just grabbing a piece of paper and drawing something, focusing your mind on the act of drawing can really help bring that anxiety level down. But there are times when you can't control it. There are times when your mind is going to be more active than you want it to be. And that is what happened to me while painting. I started to panic. I started to worry. I started to second guess myself. And I hate admitting this. Like I hate saying out loud that I second guess myself, because I second guess myself all the time. And I could be second guessing myself about something basic or even something huge and life-changing, big life moments or even small life moments. I second guess everything. It's just my personality. It's mostly because I like to know as much information as I can before I make a decision. So I end up second guessing decisions often because I need more information, which can trigger anxiety if you don't feel like you have the information you need or you have what you need in order to make a decision. But for this instance, this day, I was struggling so much with painting. I kept looking at the sand, and I was so frustrated that my colors weren't coming out and that I was mixing them so wrong and off. Like my sand looked like peach poo. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was the best description I could come up with, was peachy poo. Like what is this color? I was having such a hard time. I was struggling, and I knew I was putting myself into a situation where I was out of my comfort zone, because going out of your comfort zone, sometimes it is so helpful for us. It is so healing. We learn about ourselves. We learn new skills. But sometimes it's just so frustrating, and it makes us uncomfortable. It triggers our anxiety. It doesn't help, right? But I was starting to feel like I had no idea what I was doing. I sat there and I said, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, why am I doing this landscape? Why am I doing it in these colors? Why Do I even share my art online? Like, what am I doing with myself? What have I done? Like I started questioning everything. And that's the problem with anxiety and worrying about things, is that even if you, on a normal day, on a healthy day, you are confident, you believe in yourself, you have the talent, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you are smart, you know yourself, you believe in yourself, but the second anxiety kicks in and it makes you question everything, you start thinking you don't know anything. And, I don't like that feeling. I don't like it. I don't like admitting that it happens, and it makes me question myself. Like, just all the sound effects, all those frustrating sound effects is just how it is. But during the process of me going through this emotional roller coaster, I got to a point where I just realized that it's okay not to know what you're doing. It's okay to not know. Like, I said to myself, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm okay with that. And it is so difficult to say that out loud. It is so hard for us to admit that we don't know what we're doing, because nobody else says that out loud. You don't see that on social media. You don't have those conversations with your friends or your family, unless they're like your deep best friends and you share every single life moment. Like, today I ate 2 carrots and 5,000 cookies. What up? I feel amazing. Like that type of friend. You don't sit there. We don't sit there and go, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I don't know what I've done with my life. I don't know what I'm doing about anything. But social media and social interactions with people make us feel like we have to have it all together. Like we have to be perfect. Like we have to have all the answers, even if we don't have them. And it's okay not to have the answers. It's okay to go searching for the answers. Just admit it to yourself and admit it out loud if you need to. It's okay. I learned that while painting this. I said to myself, I don't know what I'm doing. I took a pause. I sat back. I calmed myself down actually by checking up on my puppy, because when he barks like that and he lets me know that there are people outside, I let him know that I'm grateful for his actions. I'm not sure if that's that's the perfect way to go about being a dog mom, but I want my puppy to know. I want my baby to know that he's doing a good job. Dogs, their job is to protect their home, to protect their loved ones. That's what they do. They let us know that there are people outside because there are people outside their territory. They want us and them to know this is their land and this is what they'll defend, So I wanted him to know that I'm proud of him. And in the process of constantly doing that, by taking momentary breaks to actually, rub my puppy's belly, get some doggy kisses and step away from what was actually triggering my anxiety, I got some clarity. And that clarity was, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm okay with it. I actually ended up starting to enjoy the process of painting this landscape. I actually started to look forward to finishing it and seeing what the end result would look like. I actually feel now, after I've finished the painting and I look at it, I feel pride. Not just because I think the photo looks nice, but also because to me, this sandscape, landscape type thing represents more than just a painting. It represents more than just a location I had visited once when I was younger. It represents me acknowledging that anxiety is still a part of my life, yes, and it represents me going, you know what, anxiety? Kiss my butt. I can do this. I feel anxiety towards posting this video and discussing this topic because I am opening up and sharing a part of me with all of you. But I'm also so tired of other accounts online and other people sharing anxiety posts, but not sharing their personal anxiety struggles. And I know that there are some out there that do share personal stories, and they are amazing people. And if you have any accounts that you follow, you let me know in the comment section below, because I am all about open and honest accounts nowadays. Like, bring it. I want Dime Culture to be that. I want us to have open and honest conversations. And yes, my feed looks polished and tidy. Like, I won't lie, I style my photos. I don't edit the photos to an extreme. I brighten, I darken. If it ended up coming out too cool because a cloud went over, I might correct it to make it a little bit warmer so that my, oranges don't look, muddy. But the feed, the conversation, what I am saying to all of you, it is true, open, and honest. Now, we are about to reach the end of the video in a few moments, and I am hoping that this, very straightforward, well, it's not super straightforward, but this straightforward conversation about anxiety and struggling with anxiety, and me just sharing a personal story, lets you know that you're not alone. Those of us with anxiety, those of us who feel and are, I don't even know how to put words to it. Maybe, have a little bit of empath in us. We feel. You're not alone. And if you would like to comment in the comment sections of my videos, of this video, feel free to do so. Dime Culture is a safe space, so I want you to know that you can share if you'd like, and if someone is being disrespectful, I will remove them. I'm having no tolerance for that, guys, okay? So be nice, and if you're not going to be nice, don't say anything at all. Like, let's go back to the schools, like when we were in school age, and our moms would say, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Let's go back to those days, okay? When it comes to this channel, we are a supportive group. If you are going to say something kind to one another, do so. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to Dime Culture and you just discovered me through this video, what a heavy video for you to discover me on. Thank you so much for watching it. I know it's been a long video. I know it's not really a step-by-step instruction on how to paint a landscape, but Dime Culture is all about healing with art. I do post videos about reviews of products and art journaling and how to do different art things. So there are videos like that in there. So definitely hit up my little icon thingy that says to subscribe, because you will find videos like that there. And before I say goodbye and see you next week, I do want to say next week's video is the first Thursday of the month, which means we will be going over the subscriber booklet, and it's actually a really fun activity that I think is perfect for the time of year. So yeah, I'm excited, as I am every month to share. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's fun. I really enjoyed it. And for this activity, which I'm sure I'll say in next week's video, but it all started actually with a different idea I had, and then it grew from there and it became its own entity. And then I was like, ooh, I must share this with all of you. So yes, I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to show you next week. So definitely stay tuned, hit that subscribe and that notification bell, because it'll notify you next week when the new video is up. Alrighty, as I am standing here staring at the video line going by, reaching the end, I am going to say thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely leave a comment if you'd like to, if you would like to communicate with me or connect with me on a daily basis. Head over to Instagram. My handle is Dime Culture over there. I post things pretty much every single day. And I just want to say, anxiety may be a part of us, but it is not who we are. It may sometimes feel like it affects us and that it controls us, but it is not us. We are our own selves. We have our own loves. Anxiety does not control who we are on the inside. Okay, now we're about to reach the end, 100%. So until next time, everyone, I just want to say, stay magical, and I believe in you.